to go get some points on Nick.
And Nick Matthews' total time was 8:39.49 seconds. The top time belongs to Heinrich Happelainen at 8:01.98.
And this is where, again, we're going to see athletes have different forms of execution on these box jump overs, a slight pivot on each rep. Some will stay completely lateral to the box, but one thing we know for certain is there's no touch and go box jumps allowed. They've got to settle both feet on the floor before they go over to the next rep.
Noah Olson is just about done with his first set, and Olson will be the first man along with Sam Cornwallier to the rower, and everybody else is close behind him. Now Sam Quant right now is in last place in this heat. He'll be the last man to the rower. He's at the bottom of your screen in the white shorts. Now we have 15 calories to complete on the rower.
Sean, I got to ask you a question. Does it surprise you that Noah Olson was the first one to the rower?
No, no, not at all.
This man notoriously, folks, leads the way, leads the charge early in workouts, and we'll see what happens here. It being a shorter format with rest in the middle, this could play out well for Noah, but we've got to make sure he doesn't come out too hot. He likes to toe and flirt with that red line.
Jonakoski in the middle of your screen now, first man to the 9 burpee box jump overs at 48 inches. Here comes Justin Medeiros, the former defending, I should say, 2-time champion, but 15th place overall coming into this test. And people have asked me all weekend long, what's been the biggest surprise? It's been the man on the right side of your screen. Just has not looked like himself.
Yeah, I'll echo that. I've gotten to spend some time even in the back, and the overall attitude and demeanor of the team back there is just kind of doing what they can to get by. And of course, early on, they knew they were going to have some work to do to dig him out of the hole.
Jonakoski has almost reached the halfway point of this first interval. 90 total reps here. Jonakoski moving ahead to his 21 box jump overs.
And Koski looking smooth and composed. The one thing we know about Jona is that he's got an amazing engine. He has the ability to go. And in a test like this where we're moving from one side of the floor to the other, it's literally like a race, a lot like on a bike or a lot like a 5K. He can dictate his pace, lead the way, and do just enough work to gather the points he's looking for.
Colton Mertens, who's the 4th man from the top of your screen. He's right in the middle. He's in 4th place. Colton is the shortest guy out there, and keeping pace here with the leaders after those 9 burpee box jump overs.
No yielding from Colton Mertens ever.
Well, Jonakoski continues to lead. He's into the rower for the second and final time on this opening interval. 15 more calories to complete here. Dallin Pepper is the next man to the rower. Now, Sam Quant's made up a lot of ground. He's moved up into 3rd along with Mertens and Medeiros towards the top of your screen.
This is where that self-awareness has to kick in for these athletes, understanding that they do have to persevere into the latter part of this test. It's going to be a short turnaround, so how much do you push here is the question. Do you want to be first to the halfway mark, or do you want to be first on the way back overall?
Jonakoski is now through 81 of the 90 scored repetitions, and he has moved on to his final 9 burpee box jump overs, and here comes Dallin Pepper behind him. Pepper solidly in 2nd place. Sam Quant now has moved into 3rd. He separated himself a little bit from Mertens and Medeiros. Now Medeiros is out, top of your screen in the dark shorts, and here comes Colton Mertens.
Quant's making fast work of these burpee box jump overs here. Again, he does a great job at really getting his chest to the ground immediately. Feet make contact, chest to the deck immediately, allows him to begin that next rep.
And Jonakoski is in, and he's going to beat Heinrich Happelainen's top time from heat number 1. Dallin Pepper will be the next man in. Sam Quant, your leader on the floor. He has 1 final rep to go. There's Colton Mertens, who may have beaten, and I think he did, Sam Quant across the finish. Less than a second between the two of them, and Noah Olson decided to leap his nameplate as he ran through the finish. And that leaves Sam Cornwallier as the last man to finish interval number 1. We'll have a reset here. We'll start at 6 minutes. And remember, your score is your total time. So Jonakoski at 3:48.16 seconds, the fastest time we've seen. Here's the close finish. Colton Mertens got across For more on Colton Mertens, let's go down to Mike Arsenault.
Well, after Colton won test number 5 yesterday, in my interview with him, he mentioned that he was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. Got some more context from him. Back in January, he was suffering from some vision pain and also some nerve issues. He was actually in hospital for 5 days, and he was diagnosed with MOG antibody disease, and it's a disease that can cause inflammation and damage in the optic nerve, the spinal cord, and also your brain stem. So he's made some changes because it can be caused by significant stress and not getting enough rest and recovery. And Colton works by day on a farm, trains at night, so he's significantly reduced his training volume to get better sleep. Good news is he hasn't had a flare-up since January, but one could occur at any time if he doesn't keep his rest and sleep under control. So far, so good here at the 2023 CrossFit Games.
And great to see Colton Mertens out here competing. He's a fan favorite. He currently sits in 13th place overall. The fans are seeing him up on the big screen, and that's what they are reacting to.
Fan favorite, man. He's kind of like Mighty Mouse out there on the competition floor. How can you not root for it? It's the natural underdog.
Here are your top 5 times from the opening interval. Jonakowski 3:48 to lead the way there. Now we go on the way back. Second and final interval here for heat number 2. Top time, total time, belongs to Heinrich Happelainen at 8:01.98 seconds.
And although it's the same test going back the opposite direction, switching up the order significantly changes the way your body responds to this thing, Sean. Getting up and over this 48-inch box to begin with, it allows this part to happen much faster, but then the latter portion of the test gets that much nastier because we're actually progressing to end with the faster box jump overs, and that's a lot nastier when you're a little bit more tired.
Jonakowski and Will Morad, the first 2 men done with those 9 burpee box jump overs, and they are both onto the rower, along with the rest of the heat for those first 15 calories. Now Sam Quant closest to the screen.
That's right. Notice the way he's taking in oxygen. That deep breath as he recovers and reaches towards the rower there every time.
Currently, he would be the last man in the final cut that's going to be made after test number 9 tonight, the Olympic total. And looking to give himself some breathing room as far as the cut line is concerned. Well, Jonakowski is your leader, followed by Dallin Pepper and Quant.
Most of these gentlemen using that same technique that we see from Koski here. Almost clearing the box as they jump over it, getting that outside leg as close as possible so they transition right to the ground.
There is Dallin Pepper right side of your screen trying to catch Sam Quant for 2nd place here. Will Morad is next to him in the headband. Morad sits in 4th. There is Sam Quant.
Sam Quant, the silent assassin.
Quant is a guy who's finished inside the top 5. The last 2 times he's competed at the CrossFit Games, he was 4th in 2022 and 2nd in 2020.
And you can almost see from the way he's moving through the reps, Yona continues to be smooth, but it's almost like Quant is literally building his intensity, and you can see it the way he's just throwing his body over the box.
Well, the 54 rep mark. Jonakowski will be done with those 9 burpee box jump overs, and he'll come right at you and get himself into the rower. 50 more calories for Koski, who won the opening test here at the 2023 Noble CrossFit Games. It's the 3rd time in his career he's won the very first test of the games.
And you can see it there, Sean. It's the universal pain face, right? It's kind of the grimace and bear it. You got to drive through your legs, continue to pull through your upper body, and just hope and pray that you're getting close to 1 calorie per stroke as much as you can so you can get off this thing as quickly as possible. Oh, it's a party on the rower. This is going to be close. Transitions matter here.
Jonakowski is your leader. Now here come Pepper and Quant. The 21 reps here. And now Will Morad advancing to the box jump overs. So 4 men on these final 21 reps. Now Justin Medeiros is still trying to get himself off the rower, the defending 2-time fittest man on earth, who currently sits in 15th place overall. And now Medeiros has gotten himself to the box jump. He's on the far left side of your screen. You can just see him moving in and out of view. Yonakoski is just about done here. He's got now 2 reps left. Yonakoski's done. So Yonakoski, sub 4 each time. Dallin Pepper and Sam Quant came in just behind him. And now here's Will Morad. Heinrich Happelainen had the prior top time at 8:01.98 seconds, and I believe
Noah, Justin,
the top 3 in this heat may have beaten that, but we'll have to wait for the final scores as Medeiros gets himself across. He'll take 6th place in the heat. Uldis Upniks and Mertens is now in. That leaves Sam Cornwallier, the last man to finish here.
tough spot to be in, but not a better place to be in it, Sean. The community always getting behind everybody, pushing them along to the finish line.
Cornwallier trying to gut through these final reps. So that'll be the final rep for Sam Cornwallier, and he will come across the finish line.